What up and welcome to Rama Screen YouTube channel, and here's my review of Netflix new series Blood Coast. Let's rock this. So this thriller drama came all the way from France, and whew, boy oh boy. Watching this show was rough, and not in a good way. I mean, you know me. I am a big fan of pulse-pounding thrillers, especially with the hint of gangsters and mafias, which Blood Coast does have. But let me tell you, Blood Coast has bark, it has bite, but it doesn't have comprehensive storytelling structure. Well, for one, the way that it eliminates some of its characters is often incoherent, abrupt, and nonsensical. Not to mention, the whole thing feels like the work of somebody who watches The Shield, which was a classic, but that somebody completely misses the mark on everything that made The Shield incredibly badass. So it's frustrating trying to follow the logic on Blood Coast. The characters are also half-baked and underwhelming. It's a hell of a mess. Created by Kamel Guamra, Blood Coast is about a group of policemen with particular methods who track down a dangerous criminal in order to prevent Marseille from a bloodbath. Starring Jean Goursaud, Nicolas Duvauchel, and Tawfiq Jalab. I know, the synopsis is pretty short, so let me elaborate some more. So there are a total of 6 episodes. Each episode runs an hour long. The character Lise Benamar is kind of like Vic Mackey minus the charisma, and his team are called the Crazies. And then there's this haughty new cop who just transferred in named Alice Vidal. And then there are 2 main bad guys, 2 main crime syndicates that are at war, and they are causing bodies to pile up. So it's part revenge, part hunting down the dirty cop, and along the way you kind of wonder where their allegiance lies. It's the scripts that I have the most problem with. They are so trite and choppy and simplistic, on top of which the dialogues just are not very well thought out, beyond the usual busting each other's balls, which they themselves are not all that amusing. If that's not bad enough, the performances are atrocious, especially the woman who plays Alice Vidal. Sure, she's easy on the eyes, but the whole time she looks like she's sleepwalking and frigid. The rest of her co-stars are just as terrible, and much of that blame is on the material for not giving them a lot to work on. So many plot holes too. One of the cops cares about this one kid who goes missing, then the kid shows up on a video which apparently is part of the criminal acts of one of the villains, and you're like, what? That is one information you haven't given me yet. So inexplicable shit like that just makes you want to pull your hair out, because the scripts are their own worst enemy. And because of that, the show is unable to live up to its own potentials. And oh my god, the police chief, or their captain, is also another character that's poorly written. Always one step behind and always wishy-washy. And then you have the internal affairs guy who only comes up to the surface once in a blue moon to flex his authority muscles. Superficial at best, excruciatingly dull at worst. None of the characters are layered, and none of the performances are compelling. So yeah, overall I give Blood Coast the rating of 1.5 out of 5. Look, maybe they're saving the best, most intense turn of events for season 2, but if this is how they start things off, they are not giving me a solid justification for me to anticipate season 2. So that's it. That's my review of Blood Coast. Smash that like button. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with everyone you know. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, subscribe. Let's rock this.